Hello. Welcome to Vienna, Austria. There's conveniently some church bells behind us. We've just been here for the International Association of Defense Counsel, IADC. They have their International Corporate Counsel College in a different European location every year, COVID notwithstanding. The last time I came to Vienna with them was 2015, and I'm delighted to be back. A lot of familiar faces. Dan gets to join it this time. Dan, what did you think of the event?
Loved it. Unlike you, the last time I was here was in 1992, so a little bit longer than about 6 years. But happy to say that Vienna is as beautiful as it's always been. Church bells in the background, music playing on the streets. It's a special place, and then to be able to join a conference like the IADC and the members of the IADC that join year in and year out. It's just a very great time to connect with friends and then meet new people along the way. So a really great conference this year.
It really matches it sort of mirrors the IDS mantra in a lot of ways. It's very, it's an organization of people that like to talk to one another and have fun. It is a 102-year-old organization, so a little bit older than IDS by a couple of years there. But very kind of intimate in terms of attendance. It's never more than 60, 70, 80, 100. I mean, it never gets too enormous. So it's really easy to have good quality conversations with lawyers, not just across Europe, but that come from America and deal with international issues as well. The core of the conference this year was actually a theme called Setting the Course in Unsteady Times. Turbulence all over the planet, war here in Europe, inflations, recessions, political problems, you name it. So these were at the core of quite a few discussions. We had a keynote speaker who's a managing partner of a law firm in Kiev. She gave a quite compelling and noteworthy talk on Thursday.
Very moving. Very moving,
very humbling. Has relocated permanently to Austria, still practices and advises, never took a day off from work. Which is astounding to me. But people like that filled the room, and we were able to kind of learn about their legal challenges as well as their personal lives. So I really found it enjoyable, and it's useful to have Dan around who speaks a little bit of German as well.
Kleine. No, it was a great conference, and as always, we walk away a little bit smarter than when we first joined. Many of the panels, many of the topics were extremely salient to the times, but the interaction is really where you take a lot away, because not just the panel speak, but the entire audience and attendees get involved. It really becomes a collaborative conference where we're just learning from each other. Mm-hmm. In particular, I mean, I very much, and I'll give a shout out to Tim here. Really enjoyed Tim's panel. Mm-hmm. They spoke on data transfers and some of the EU regulations, and being in Europe and having to navigate the various jurisdictional nuances. We as a company always want to stay at the forefront of these issues, and we were very lucky to get a great panel to join Tim on the day, and some of the insights that we received really gave us some of the assurances that we always look for. In terms of, are we doing things the right way at iDiscovery Solutions, and what do we need to consider going forward? And in particular with Eleanor on the panel, who was one of the lead negotiators for the GDPR, getting some insight and some level of assurance that places like the UK will remain a adequate transfer zone was eye-opening and relieving. So I found the panels and that one in particular to be quite informative and walk away a little bit smarter.
But you're not biased.
Not biased.
Okay.
Not biased.
Okay, good. Well, I enjoyed it. I got to moderate for once, so I had to practice keeping my lips closed, which I struggle with sometimes. But having people like Cecilia Alvarez from Meta, Eleanor Dews, Bates Wells, Bruce Bars, they fill the room with a lot of expertise and knowledge, and I'm just happy to sit there and enjoy it, to be honest with you. Yeah. So it's a great way to kind of wrap up the conference. We've really enjoyed it. Now it's kind of on to the rest of Vienna, maybe a currywurst or
Schweinhaxe.
Schweinhaxe, yeah.
It's my favorite meal, pork knuckle, for those who don't speak German. And it may not sound like the greatest meal on the planet, but I can assure you it is one of them. So we're going to go hunt down a little pork knuckle and see what kind of damage we can do to that. But in the meantime, thank you all.
Thank you.
We'll definitely reach out and share some of our experiences soon, I'm sure.
Great to see you all. Thank you.
Bye.